it.
I do too.
I think she should.
Yeah.
And Becky Hammond's upset because she wanted the ball inbound to the free throw shooter.
She is upset to be putting that mildly.
Well, the crowd helped a little bit, and maybe, I don't think I saw anything on the scoreboard, but that has been an issue in other arenas that we've gone into.
I thought a lot of them definitely were unforced, whether it was dribbling off a leg, backcourt violation, which was not a backcourt violation, you all saw it. I don't understand, I don't know, but that's not a backcourt violation. And yeah, I mean, and like, I felt like one turnover turned into two turnovers, and that was the problem for us. And sometimes when it would just play right into their hands, like the ones that, weren't forced, that was all our doing, and those are the ones you really have to eliminate. If you're trying to make a play and it's a good turnover, we still don't want it, but at least give your team a chance to get back and play defense. So I think that was the area we cleaned up. The ones in the second half didn't feel as much, they didn't score as much off of them, minus probably the one I threw across court to Lexi that Ryan stole, but a lot better in that area in the second half.
I think she should be up for MVP Rookie of the Year, foregone conclusion, but I think MVP now. I'm going to look at this the way I did with Michael Jordan. Now she's not the Michael Jordan of our sport as far as athleticism and playing dominating, but A'ja Wilson is the best player in the game. Not even a debate, but I'm talking about value now. Value to a franchise, value to a league, getting your team in the playoffs. They had the #1 pick, they were the worst team last year, and there is value that I can attach to that now that might fit not fit in the categories that everybody would consider for MVP. I'm talking about value. Michael Jordan was the most valuable player ever. The single year because of what he meant to his team and what he meant to the league, and oh by the way, winning 6 titles. Can't argue with that. Caitlin Clark may not win titles, Las Vegas is still a great team, but the fact that she's doing what she's doing, and at a very high level. It's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in league. She's learned how to play the game, and she said, I had to learn how to play the WNBA way. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not gonna put A'ja Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two, Angel Reese is a wonderful player. But she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball, for plain and simple. As the WNBA season draws to a thrilling close, Caitlin Clark's performances have truly set her apart from the rest. Her consistent dominance on the court isn't just making her front runner for Rookie of the Year, it's sparking conversations about her potentially securing the MVP title as well. Just for the record, Caitlin isn't much of a defender either. Though she can and she will steal the basketball, she's 15th and the WNBA, and steals pretty good. But I will admit it, Brittany. For the first half, maybe then 2/3 of the year, I had Angel over Caitlin for WNBA Rookie of the Year. Because of Angel's extraordinary double-double streak. And because of Angel's Rodman-esque rebounding, never seen anything quite like it. She has run away with the WNBA rebounding lead, crushed the field in rebounding. Meanwhile, Caitlin, 2/3 the way through the year, was clear. She was on an all-time record turnover pace, the likes of which I have never witnessed. It's almost like she was trying to turn the basketball over in for 2/3 of the year. Caitlin three-point shooting ranked near the bottom of the league and percentage. Yet, you're right, the truth is, Angel's a poor shooter. The basketball, I don't know any of the way to say she just a poor shooter. Caitlin Clark, in a shock to me, has proven already to be a once-a-generation passer. I did not see that coming at Iowa. I thought scoring, yes, she's the all-time greatest scorer in the history of college basketball, men's or women's, but passing like this, I'm sorry, it's gotten to the point where Rookie of the Year is over 2-3 weeks ago. All of a sudden, Caitlin Clark is starting to push A'ja Wilson for MVP this league, and I'm not exaggeration. Excuse me, exaggerating. She is starting to push A'ja. When asked about Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson didn't hold back, saying it's just noise, completely downplaying Clark's impact. This comment feels like outright disrespect toward one of the league's greatest rising stars, with Clark making history game after game. It's clear that not everyone is ready to Acknowledge her greatness. Take a look at H. or Wilson's bold remarks. This noise that I really listen to honestly, because I'm a season. I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. I discount, but I have 11 other minds of my team in my locker, and that we gotta make sure that we're on the same. I said as the I really can't give you the best guess. That up because I really don't pay any to my goal is to the guy there be the best that would be for my teammates. I move on and on the court and all got MPs. Should we be worried that the Fever, and after being as hard as they were lost in the wings and almost lost the landed dream, a team that's sitting in town and just scraping inclined to get into the postseason? I would be no. No, they want any. Listen. The difference between a team that is showing maturity and well despite being young like of Iraq is a team, and yes, did not start out very well. Played with their food a little bit, found themselves in a big more and still found a way. Young didn't dig themselves out of that and ultimately win the game, and more importantly I think it was who factor so big in this game. That is a big boon to the Indiana Fever because he has Caitlin Clark. She gets 26 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds. More history becomes the Verse W. Ricky to play a full overtime game, 45 minutes since 1999. More history, 10 consecutive games now for Cayman, hitting at least 3 shots from long distance, longest streak in history. She's now the 3rd player and dubbing history to reach 300 assists of the season. The only ones that have done that, Alyssa Thomas Courtney, then are so good at it. Get more history, and that's not all. Caitlin Clark's stats speak for themselves. Across 36 games she's racked up an incredible 692 points. Averaging nearly 20 points per game. Her playmaking skills are just as impressive with 306 assists, averaging almost 9 per game, and let's not forget her versatility, pulling down 209 rebounds. These numbers aren't just impressive, they are a testament to Clark's all-around dominance, making her one of the brightest stars the WNBA has ever seen. I'm talking about gifted LeBron-esque two-handed full-court touchdown pass, kind of passing the likes of which I don't see the WNBA. She's having impact on her team that nobody else in the league is having on her team. This is a team that went 13-27 last year. And suddenly, the Indiana Fever, or the hottest team by far in the league. In the league I've got the Fever. I can't help it. I can't stop watching. I can't stop talking about the impact Caitlin Clark is having on game after game after game. What would have to happen for Cable Car to pass Aisha Wilson in the MVP roof? Aisha would probably have to snare not planning all games that were all have you. How do we go? She's playing out her mind right now. Wait, no, Nerf, what you're talking about? Why, I forgive, but we will be a players. Her playing basketball out there, it was a they while back-to-back to abusive, yeah, back-to-back championship. There comes a girl is doing something different, and where she's doing. She don't have none of the pieces the sheath. It makes it easier for her to do her job. Aisha can do her job with no pressure, and Elena C. you'll have a really good at all night, and he says. What are you talking about? If came out these the would be 70B number 3. It's no surprise as debate is raging, but it won't stay unresolved for long. On September 11th and 13th, to the league's most electrifying players, Caitlin Clark and odds Joe Wilson will go head-to-head and back-to-back showdowns. These aren't just games, they're the ultimate battlegrounds where the MVP title will be on the line with everything at stake. These matchups will decide who walks away as the undisputed best player in the WNBA this season.